So I've been doing some thrifting lately. I know we're all shocked, but I found some really good stuff and I'm so excited to show you. I don't know what was in the air this day, but the way that I found vintage Disney, vintage Harley, and not just one, a whole collection. Hey, welcome back to another haul if you're new here. My name is Tori, and here we're all about making secondhand feel first class. And I'm on a mission to build out the life, home, and wardrobe of my dreams, all from the thrift store. I was absolutely honored and blessed to host Jen at my house last weekend, and of course, we went on a couple thrift trips, because truly what else would we be doing? But I found some really excellent stuff. As always, this will be a try on, but let's get into it. The cowboy boot gods have been truly in my favor lately. Like, you simply have got to be kidding. I have truly never seen a pair of boots like this, and they're definitely a little bit more like worn in, which I actually really like. Since a good pair of boots is traditionally made with leather, the more they're worn, the softer they get. And I feel like these ones are just like perfectly worn in. The fringe details on this are so cool, and the little pops of denim. I just felt like these were like a one-of-a-kind add to the ever-growing boot collection. I really thought this corner would be enough space, but I'm very quickly realizing that I might need to add a shelf or two. I actually found these when I did my very first live stream at the thrift store, so if you haven't checked that out, I'll link it up here. But in that same trip, I found this super cool like silky paisley shirt that I thought would look so cute with these. This is a brand new with tags, which is crazy. So this retails for $44 and is 100% pure silk. I just thought the detail on this was so beautiful and had that kind of like soft like country western feel with the paisley. I absolutely love a traditional western shirt like this, but some of them can be a little bit more structured, so I'm really excited because this one's super soft and flowy because it's silk, and I think this is going to be like literally the cutest outfit ever. I know I've said this before and I'll say it again, it literally never ceases to amaze me when I find things new with tags at the thrift. I was just finding gem after gem this day because I also found this gorgeous black suede western shirt. I have a feeling this will be more like a winter vibe or just like for colder nights, but it has this incredible cross-stitch rose design on the back, the front collar, and down the sides and the sleeves. This is Christopher and Banks. This was $4. I'm going to try and walk through the prices of everything as much as possible. The last shirt was $9.95, but being new with tags and 100% silk, I decided that that was worth it. I've made a new rule for myself that I can't dig into my thrifted goodies until I share them with you guys so that I always have the tags on. I really love Christopher and Banks. I have thrifted a lot of things from them in the past, and I just feel like the quality holds up really well. And I just thought this would be so stunning with a black pair of jeans and maybe a red boot for a pop of color and a sparkly buckle. And I love that this shirt in particular can really lean into the seasons being suede. I feel like this is going to be such a fun piece to play with in fall and winter. I tried to break this haul into like little subcategories. So next we're moving on to like soft girl vibes, because I also think I'm finally coming to terms with not having like a tried and true aesthetic for myself. I definitely lean Western, but I love to play with elements of goth, bold metal accents. I also really love to play around with like soft girl, cottagecore vibes. It's just a jumbled mess of awesomeness around here, really. But the first piece I found was these really cute little gingham pants, and they have little bows all down the side. So these are all like little individual ties. The perfect summer pant, especially when it's like so hot out. These would also absolutely slay at the beach, like with a bikini, just like a little cover up. These were $8.99, but they're in like perfect condition. There's no actual brand tag in them. My only concern is they're a little bit see-through, but I thought these would be such a good work from home pant, kind of just like a bathing suit cover up, sort of summer loungewear, if you will. I love that this was a t-shirt because it'll be so good for work. This is Hearts Collective. $5.99 is what I paid for this. But I really love this like two-tone stitching vibe. It kind of gives me like Free People vibes. How many times can you say vibe in one sentence, Tori? Anyways, this is just like super soft and stretchy, and I know I will grab for this a ton, and it would even look pretty cute with the pants. Lastly, for our cottagecore soft girl section of the video, I found this really cute little American Eagle tank top. I feel like this tiny floral print with these little lace details was like having its moment this summer. Big Hannah Montana movie kind of energy. So this is just from the American Eagle Lounge collection. I paid $6.99 for this. But I love American Eagle and I just think this print is adorable. I feel like this is going to be so cute under like a little denim button up for work, or like with a pair of sweatpants or PJ pants for lounging, which is what it was intended for. But stuff like this is just stuff that I know that I grab for. Okay, and this next set of finds I'm still in utter shock over. Not only did I find these 3, but Jen got, I believe, 2 as well. So essentially somebody just woke up one day and decided they were fully over their collection of Harley Davidson shirts and donated all of them. And Jen and I cleaned house. I have never in all my years of thrifting found anything Harley at the thrift store. So first up is this kind of muscle tank. These are all women's cut shirts and they have these bedazzled details that are so sick. This one I think is probably my favorite. This is Las Vegas Harley Davidson. Got the true Harley tag. This was $8. And this honestly just fits me like a dream and I love the vibe of it. This next one was $7 and I'm really excited about this one too because I feel like black is not usually my go-to color, but orange we love. This one still has some of those sparkle details, but this is a more traditional style women's cut t-shirt. And this one's from the Grand Teton Harley Davidson, which I just thought was extra cool since I live in Idaho. I'm still not sure I will ever recover from these finds because I feel like I hit the absolute lottery. This last one was $7 as well, and this one is a 3/4 length sleeve. I volunteered to bring home this one because Jen despises 3/4 length sleeves, but I actually really like them because I have this like little quarter sleeve and I like to show her off. But this one's got more of that kind of Americana vibe. Doesn't exactly say like which location this one is from, so this might be a more generalized shirt. It's 100% cotton, and again, just has some of those cool, fun sparkle details. I still can't even believe I found 1, let alone 3, or actually 5. There was enough to share. That like fully broke my brain. Continuing along the lines of like once in a lifetime finds, I found this vintage Disneyland shirt and I just couldn't pass it up. I'm not huge on the Disney merch train, but I know a good one when I spot it. And I was not about to leave this at the store. This was $5 and is from Disneyland Resort. I was just so obsessed with like the kind of vintage university style design of this one. And this is all actually embroidered too, which I feel like they just don't do anymore. I feel like they tend to just screen print everything, but I just love a good embroidery moment. I feel like most t-shirts I find tend to just be that classic cut neck, and this was just such a gem. I could not believe that I found vintage Disney and vintage Harley Davidson all in the same day. And I'm really not going to say that I do this often because the t-shirt section at the thrift store gives me anxiety and then some. So it's really only on a rare occasion that I feel like I have the energy to actually dig through every single t-shirt. Because out of all the sections, I feel like that's the one you really have to look at each item because you never know what's on the front of the shirt. And it was a good day to have time and energy to look through the t-shirts. I also found this really cool like vintage Maryland t-shirt. The neckline on this with the double layer was just so cool. And fun fact, I was actually born in Baltimore, so back to my roots with this one, but I thought this would just be like the cutest like crop top or sleep shirt. There is a little bit of a stain on the back, but to be honest, I'm probably going to get more stains on it anyway, so I'm not really that worried about it. And this one was $8. Then I also found this really cool Hurley t-shirt. Again, I felt like had a really good opportunity to be a crop top or a sleep shirt. I'm really into the lace skirt oversized t-shirt look that I'm seeing all over Pinterest for fall. So we could try that out with this one as well. This was $3.99 at Goodwill, but it's a double XL, which I love because it's got more length to it. I'm very tall, so if I don't do the hella oversized t-shirt, they tend to just not hit me at the right spot. So that was another good t-shirt section find. Found this little Irish whiskey t-shirt as well. Nothing hits quite as hard as like a cropped baby tee in my humble opinion. And I've really been loving like beer or like whiskey, liquor, t-shirt, merch, that kind of stuff this year. Thought I could add this one to the collection. My foot is falling asleep. All right, and the very last t-shirt I found, this one was $7. It was just this Grand Teton National Park, Jackson Hole, Wyoming t-shirt. Pro tip, if you love collecting t-shirts while you travel like I do, it was like the thing when we traveled as a kid. My mom would always take us to pick out a shirt, and I have just become very attached to that ritual when I travel. So I love keeping my eyes out for merch, like travel stuff, souvenirs like that at the thrift store, because so many people will buy them, take them home, and never wear them. So I'm always finding random locations in different areas. So like finding Arizona t-shirts in Washington, etc. But it's a really fun way to save a ton of money on souvenirs. So I always check the thrift store when I'm traveling and see if I can snag one. I wouldn't say this is like a travel destination for me since I do live very close, but it's one of my favorite places in the world. So I know I'll get use out of that. Now we're getting down to bits, bobs, honorable mentions, and last little items that I found. I am big in my health and fitness era, and I've slowly started to explore the activewear section at the thrift store. It wasn't somewhere I was like super keen on digging, but I have found a couple of good things, so I'm trying to push myself out of my like favorite sections, you know? But these are just some like classic black running shorts. They have the little liner in them, which I like, spandex situation. These were $6, and activewear can honestly get so expensive, so that was a really good find. And this last category is kind of like a random little thing that I'm always hunting for, always collecting. We all have one, so let me know down below what is the thing that you are always passively hunting for at the thrift. Mine is vintage Christmas sweaters, and I usually don't find that many good ones, so to find this many all in one weekend, no way. This is Victoria's Secret Country. I didn't even know they did a country line at some point, but this tag looks ancient. You'll have to let me know if you remember this era of Victoria's Secret or what year this might have been from. This was $6 at Goodwill, but I just thought this was so cute for the holidays. It's got this gorgeous embroidery on the neckline, the little quarter zip with the ties, and then it's got the embroidery at the bottom of the zipper as well. I literally live for vintage Christmas, anything. This was just an obvious had to get it. And I know I'm gonna get all excited all over again come the holidays when I actually get to wear this. And then this next one was $4.99. But it was a really good day for these double layered necklines, but I just thought this was so sweet. This one has a beautiful little pair of birds on the front. These kind of holiday crew necks are huge in my family. My grandma has had this one with a little gorgeous Santa on the front, honestly, for as long as I can remember. And I think all of us have just kind of jumped on the train, so I'm always keeping my eye out so we can add to the family collection. I think I might have to send this one to my grandma, but it's gonna take everything I have to part with it. And y'all might have thought I was kidding when I said I found a lot, but I found 4, so. This next one was $6. I don't know if this one is like full-fledged holiday, it just kind of gives me that vibe. But again, it has that double layered neckline, and it just says chocolate makes life bearable, with a little bear on it. Not only is that the truest statement ever, I just thought this was so adorable, so I had to snag that one as well. And then last but not least, this one is Northern Reflections, which is a brand I have seen before. This one was $6, but it's got this gorgeous little winter bookstore scene on the front with some little critters. I think there's a squirrel. I like that this one in specific, I feel like I could wear all winter and not just around Christmas, but I literally live in crew necks. So that was just the vintage Christmas crew neck haul of the freaking century. And lastly, just a couple of bits and bobs. I feel like I have not been thrifting as much stuff for the house. Our house is 830 square feet, so after I kind of got the major furnishing and decorating done, we're kind of just at capacity, you know? But I always check, just in case. I found this little canister, and I'm not sure what I'll put in here, but I just thought it was so cute. It was $1.75, and it looks like this little milk container. Have any of y'all seen Hot Chicks? Because I don't know if you knew this, but you could put your weed in there. I also found this insanely sweet little birdhouse that I'm so excited to hang outside. Our summer is very quickly coming to an end here. I went looking for one a couple of weeks ago, early August, mind you, and just got utterly assaulted by Halloween at every store I looked at. So thrift store coming in clutch, because apparently, according to modern retail standards, we start celebrating Halloween at the end of July. It'll be Christmas before you know it, guys. And the very last item for this haul is this super cute set of wine glass markers and a little bottle stopper. There's a fishing one, some pine cones, a little canoe, and a moose. And then the wine stopper is just a little cabin. I'm a big wine girly and these just felt very on brand, so we had to bring them home. I paid $3.75 for these and I'm very excited to put them to use. That is all for today's haul. Let me know down below what was your favorite item because I truly cannot decide. It's probably going to come down to the Western shirts or the boots for me. And I think it's also officially time to start thrifting for fall. Let me know what you guys are looking for. I'm so excited to start collecting sweaters. Fall fashion is my absolute favorite and I truly could not be more excited. And according to Target, fall started like 2 months ago, so I need to catch up.